This question tells us the following. A survey of 100 registered voters revealed that 37 people would vote for candidate A in an upcoming election. If 2,000 people vote in the election, how many votes would the survey takers predict candidate A should receive? Write a proportion to solve the problem and then calculate the answer. So surveys are used in a lot of different ways. One of the ways that they're used is during elections. So they will have a telephone survey where they will call a certain small group of people and ask them who they plan on voting for, because it's impossible to ask everybody, and it would cost way too much money to ask everybody in the country who's going to vote, who they're going to vote for. So they ask a smaller group. And that's what this question does over here. It says that, and we can look at this over here, we can set up this with a proportion table. We have the people who say they're going to vote for candidate A, and we have all the voters. And then we have a ratio of those two. And then from that, we can find the number of people if we have a larger group of people actually voting. Let's look at the information here in the question. It says, a survey of 100 registered voters reveals that 37 people would vote for candidate A. So 37 say they're going to vote for A out of 100. That's our ratio, 37 out of 100. And then it says if 2,000 people vote in the election, okay, so that's our total right there. 2,000 voters are going to vote in the election. How many are going to vote for A according to the survey? And that's our unknown. That's our X. Using the proportion table like this, where we're comparing two things, in this case, we're comparing A, people who are going to vote for A, and voters, this helps us to organize our information so that we can put it into a proportion table. It says in the question to write a proportion and solve the problem. So here's our proportion. 37 over 100 equals X over 2,000. Now from here, we can go ahead and solve this using cross multiplication is a good method to solve it. We can solve it a couple different ways, but cross multiplication is certainly a good way to solve it. So 37 times 2,000. Now we can solve this 37 times 2,000 in a way that's a little bit easier than what it might look like originally when we first look at it. If we think about 37 times 2,000 as the same thing as 37 times 2 times 1,000, then we can easily solve this and maybe even do it in our head. 37 times 2 is 74, and 74 times 1,000 is 74,000. So by breaking apart, decomposing one of those numbers, the 2,000, and then multiplying, we can make it an easier problem to solve. So 37 times 2,000 equals 74,000. Now we need to divide that number by 100. And we can remember what we've been doing here, and we've seen this in a couple of different videos for a couple of different questions, how we've used our number system and what we know about our number system with powers of 10 to solve problems when we're dividing by tens or 100s or multiplying by tens and 100s. In this case, we have 74,000 divided by 100 as a part of our cross multiplication. So we can write down this problem over here, 74 thousands. The 7 is 7 ten-thousandths. It's in the 10,000ths place. If we were dividing by 10, we would be moving the decimal over one place to the left. If we're dividing by 100, we're moving the decimal over two places to the left. So what was 7 ten-thousandths is now 7 hundredths. So the answer to 74,000 divided by 100 is 740. And that is the answer to the problem. That's the answer to X. X equals 740. That's the number of people who, if you have 2,000 voters, are likely going to vote for candidate A, given the ratio of 37 out of 100 in the survey that was taken. Once you feel comfortable with this problem, maybe watch the video a couple of times, go ahead and try the practice problem that is grouped with this problem on the homework quiz for this week.